Hi guys, welcome to another Bedrock Preview. This is another video. This is a Bedrock Preview. If you're wondering why it is late, it's because, well, yesterday we got a full release yesterday, and it basically added in some of the fall drop features in the full release of Bedrock Edition. And since they released 1.21.100 full release yesterday, they had to push us back to today. So yeah, but in this video, I'm going to be showing you basically what they added in. Because, well, what they added in is very cool. But I want to say that I hate what they did to the copper shelf. Because what they did to the copper shelf is so upsetting. If you look right here, you can see that they updated a copper shelf to look like Java's copper shelf. Now we have Java's copper shelf. It looks so terrible. I hate it. I love how it looked before this preview. Mojang, if you are watching this, Mojang, please, I beg ya, please change this back. Please revert this to how it was in last week's preview, because I loved how the shelf looked in last week's preview. Here's another good example of it right here. Like you can see, they changed it to how it looks and acts on Java, and I hate that. I loved how big it was, and I loved how cool it was on Bedrock in last week's preview, because, well, you can make some really cool things. Like people are making shopping stalls that they use banners, and they spell it the word shop, and they put the sign. They put like each letter that spell shop in on the shelf in one of these spaces here, one of three of these spaces, and it looked phenomenal. It looked really cool when the shelf was first introduced into Bedrock Edition, and I just love it. Let's check really quickly if they fixed at least the issue. And for example, I'll be using the new copper things are in the preview. So let's see if it is introduced this week. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. And we're going to have, then we're going to see if it's powered or not. Okay, yes, they did fix the bug. Redstone now works. Redstone now works when, you see, Redstone now works when you put stuff in it. See? And then if we just grab that, do that, then do that, then did that, I do full signal strength, so you can see it does work now. Comparators now work with the shelf in this week's preview, which I think is just really cool. And I haven't looked at the changelog all that much yet, because it just came out, and I just saw images on Twitter on what the copper shelf looks like in this week's preview, and I just hate it so very much, because they did fix a lot of bugs. They did fix a lot of bugs, gosh. They did make a, this is a pretty decent preview, but the changelog is getting smaller, which means this update is probably getting to its final stage of features. So basically what I think this means is the copper lantern, the copper torches, the copper chains and all of that, like the copper bars and also chains, like these are probably the last features we're going to be getting in this update. Like this is probably the last and final one before release, because, well, this is probably the last final features we're going to be getting in this update, because let's see if they added in, I don't think they did add in the copper fire, right? Let me check. Let me at least double check. Yeah, no. I hate that. Okay, they need to add in green fire, or copper fire. That would be a cool last addition to the update to this. And also, letting you know that was added last week. I'm just trying to remember what else did they introduce to Java that is now on Bedrock. I think that's it. Just copper bars, copper chains, lanterns, torches. I think that's it to showcase, because there's not really a lot to showcase because, well, it's just getting caught up to Java and all of that. Let me really quickly go to the official Minecraft account, because I need a the official Minecraft account, because I need to see like what did they all. And yeah, that's basically all they introduced was the copper bars, the copper torch, and the copper chains and lantern. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 new stuff. That's still pretty cool. I still love all these additions, but I just hope they changed this to look like in last week's preview, because I'm not going to shut up. But I am not going to shut up and be quiet about it, because I am actually frustrated that they actually brought Java's things. Like, I hate how Mojang just thinks that Java is a lot better, so they always bring Java to Bedrock. They don't bring Bedrock features to Java. Like, they never do that. They never do that. They never bring Java features. Sorry, they never bring Bedrock features to Java. They never do. And I hate that. Like, why could they not take the shells on how they looked in last week's preview? Why couldn't they not just do that and bring it to Java? Like, why? And yes, this is my new design on the short I made recently. If you haven't seen my recent short about basically it, or if you haven't seen my video I made basically showing you the cool uses, the cool redstone uses that the shelf has, then make sure you watch that video, and I'll probably have the link down below in the description. Like, because these shelves are so cool. Like, you can just empty out your whole inventory. And because you can see right here, I can empty this out. Of course, it'll pull it back, revealing hoppers. Then you see the hoppers are draining stuff out. But of course, I need to have this leading to a. But you can see I need to have this running to a copper chest. Yeah, I'm gonna add just a regular copper chest. Oh gosh. Okay. You're going to see me live doing this right now. Make sure you watch that video if you are confused on what's happening, because I recommend you doing that there. If you want to know how, because I didn't show the kisses off, I just was playing around and I just found this cool thing. Of course, it's a lot compacter, I guess, than that design, because you don't have to unlock the hopper. You don't even need to worry about the hopper. Yeah, all just flows into this chest you see right here. So, yeah. Of course, you can decorate this a lot better than what I did, but yeah, so I think that's all that I have for this video. I know it's going to be a lot shorter than my videos recently, but that's only because this preview is not that big as previous ones were. And I don't have really that much to talk about or showcase, because this is such a small preview. It's just adding in the things that we got on Java yesterday. So, and I might be late to recording Java snapshots next week and Bedrock previews next week. I might be late to recording those because I have stuff happening next week and all the rest of this year that might be taking up my time. So I'm sorry if I may not be recording as much anymore. Summer is sadly coming to an end. Summer is sadly coming to a quick end, and that means that life has to continue. And So basically, really, I may not be as active anymore starting next week. So sorry about that, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know why I may not be all that active starting next week. So if I'm not, don't worry, I'm still okay. It's just that my life is continuing and I have other busy stuff happening. So but I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you guys want, if I don't know what else to talk about for this preview, guys, because it's just bringing over stuff from Java. And from what I can read from the changelog, there's not that, it's just fixes and changes. Like, there's no, like, of course they brought over features from Java we got yesterday, but it's nothing that exciting. It's mostly just this is mostly just a technical, and it's just mostly a technical and an experimental preview for this week. Nothing that really exciting in this week's preview, but I just thought, why not update you guys on Bedrock Edition on the latest preview, showing you guys that yes, we do have the Java things over here on Bedrock now, and I just wanted to make a video to tell you guys that and update you guys on Bedrock. And I'll always keep you guys updated, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to help this video and the algorithm. Make sure you help me get 500 subscribers before September. That'd be pretty much appreciated if we can actually get 500 subscribers before September, before next month. But that's it, and I'll see you in my next video. So take care, guys. See you later. Peace.